Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's session of Accenture and StackLeague Tech Session. So advance your skills on relevant and on-demand cloud technologies with our resource speakers from Accenture. So if this is the first time that you've attended a StackLeague event, welcome. So before we introduce our speakers from Accenture, I wanted to give you an overview if this is your first time to join us. So StackLeague is the Philippines' first year-round programming tournament, and we've launched last March 16, and right now we now have over roughly 4,000 programmers competing in the league. So if you're a developer, if you're a programmer, what's in it for you? So these are the highlights of the tournament. So we will be identifying the top 10 programmers in the league in the Philippines by December 12. Now, what's in it for you? So right now, we already have 3,000 pesos cash prize pool. We also have media partners for nationwide recognition. And we also have thousands of giveaways, and more than the giveaways and all of those prizes, we also have tech job opportunities. So we are lucky to partner with Accenture in providing plenty of opportunities, not just for professionals, but also for our graduating students who are joining us today. And also, if you're looking for internships, they might also have opportunities for you. And definitely, there are a lot of exclusive events, not just for tech sessions, but also for career sessions. And how does if you just joined StackLeague and you have no idea how it works, so think of it as a game. So when you sign up, you start at the bottom and then you have 0 points. So the goal there is to conquer as many challenges as you can. So there are 3 levels. We have the bronze, wherein these are the easier types of questions. And then when you try to level up, the questions get harder, but then they give you more points. And the hardest questions are with the gold level. And the benefits of going to the gold is that you have more exclusive, there are more opportunities for you to unlock. And also there are special prizes available for you when you reach the gold and silver level challenges. And what are the programming languages? If you would ask, I would like to join StackLeague, but I'm not sure which programming languages are supported. So these are the supported languages. We have JavaScript, Java, Python, C#, and PHP. And also, this is one of the things that a lot of our programmers are looking forward to. We call this one the weekly treasure chest. So every week we have 2 different rankings. We have the overall ranking, and then we also have the weekly ranking. So if you are part of the weekly ranking that resets every Sunday, you get to win 500 pesos cash prize. So this is the weekly treasure chest. So right now it's ongoing. So the weekly winners will be announcing on June 21. We also have June 28, July 5, July 12, and July 19, and also July 26. So if this is one of the reasons why people join StackLeague, just to share with you, is one, they really want to improve their skills. And the other one would be they want to learn more through the sessions that are available. And definitely there are a lot of opportunities available for you for the league itself. And that's it. But before now we are going to introduce our next speaker. So but before that one, I would like to okay. Hold on. So our first speaker, who will give us the overview of Accenture, everyone, help me welcome Sir Nepthalie Cruz, Managing Director of Technology of Accenture Philippines. But before that, Sir Nep, I wanted to play a little video from our Accenture team.
Change. It happens when you least expect it. but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and create expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference. Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.
All right, everyone, help
Thank
me
you,
welcome again Sir Nep. Sir Nep, take the floor. Thank you, Sir Nep.
Sure. Let me take the screen. Again, good. Let me just check. Hello, Haifa. Can you hear me, right?
See your screen.
Yeah, no, you can see my screen. So again, thank you for inviting me in your today's session. I'm really excited to hear that you have this program, for our young developers, our not so young developers. And I wish that probably 20 years ago, this is something that I would definitely have joined kasi siguro part of my background in technology is that I started young in computers. Siyempre, I started as games and then high school, college, I began to do programming, basic programming to C programming. And it just evolved in my career in Accenture. And I'd be more than happy to take siguro mga 30 to 40 minutes of your time today so that I can talk to you about what I do, what we do in Accenture, and what our vision is, at least for what we call tech for good. So how does society benefit from good technology? So those are the topics, and hopefully after 40 or 30 minutes, I would be able to answer some of your questions. So keep the questions coming. But yeah, and quickly, let me introduce myself. So again, my name is Nepthalie Cruz. I'm a technologist. I've been with this industry for more than 20 years. So I started my career in Accenture when I was very young. I started with mainframe. I'm not sure if anybody has heard about mainframe, COBOL, but when I started, I was really fascinated about what technology can do. I've seen kanina the programming language that is sponsored, by the group. So kumbaga, it excites me to know na at least anybody can join these competitions and learn, excel, and of course, elevate themselves as they progress in their career as technologists. So 20 years in Accenture, siguro, my journey has been, I started with, of course, yung programming, custom programming. I did Oracle. I did my journey to cloud. I'm AWS certified. And siguro my transition towards one technology to the next technology has been provided by Accenture na rin. Kasi right now, I lead a couple of what we call market groups. I also lead what we call Interactive for Europe. And siguro most recent technology that some of you may relate to is blockchain. So I lead the Accenture Technology Centers in the Philippines capability for blockchain. So baka mamaya, you have some questions about blockchain, more than happy to answer them. Siguro quick lang on Accenture. Siguro some of you may be wondering what we do, how many are we? So we're in the industry for 30 years already. Again, I won't drain the slide. We're about 60,000 employees. That's combined our BPO and technology. A lot of clients globally. We subdivide ourselves into markets. So we have the growth markets, North America and Europe. And we have 24 facilities nationwide. So again, a lot of technologies that we support. Again, I could relate probably to half of this technology because as my career went on with Accenture, I was able to touch, almost all of them, from AI, of course, agile, data, etc. And that's something that, of course, what we also promise to our employees to make sure that we use our technologies to help our clients be more successful. Yun nga yung sinasabi namin kanina on the video, di ba? Let there be change. So we try to help our clients be more successful, but we also want to make sure that the change doesn't happen for the clients, that it also happens for our society. So that's why it is my passion and it is my privilege really to talk to you about tech for good. Part of my hat in Accenture, aside from delivering value for our clients, is running innovation contests. And this is one pillar of the competition that I run, Tech for Good, because in the past we used to have these hackathons, diba? How do you provide more innovations for clients? How do you make portals, industries do faster, better, and cheaper innovations? But what we realize is that ultimately we have to look at it on the side of our society. So that's why we've developed individual hackathons for Tech for Good. And on a high level, Technology for Good is really about using new technologies to make the lives of society better, diba? It is really creating a positive impact to our society. And siguro, talking about our society, this is something that is close to my heart. So as I mentioned, kanina, I run multiple hackathons and innovation programs for Accenture. Half of it is what we call Innovate for Society. So the other half is Innovate for Business, which caters to our clients, bleeding edge technologies. But also half of my passion is all about building technology, sustainable technologies for our society. And so it's an annual event that we run for everybody. So the 60,000 employees, we run the Innovate for Society competition. And it's really to support our mission, which is to use technology to help improve how the world works and lives. As you can see on the left side, one of our biggest pivot in the past 3 years is really looking closely in the UN sustainability goals. Diba? The pillar of what we do in the technology for good or the Innovate for Society is really helping our community navigate, siguro even thrive, and as well as make sure that they survive. What's next? Mamaya I'll talk to you about siguro the 5 E's. And one of them is really creating sustainable technologies for the next billion population. At the lower right, siguro you can also see my screen. We also have a good drive because again, Innovate for Society is not just for the people around us. Diba? As you can see in the sustainability goals, it's also about sustainability. What we realize is that the more that we use technology, sabi nga, 2% of the world's electricity right now is used by the data centers. So imagine all of these clouds, diba, AI, blockchain, they use a lot of energy, and 2% of data centers use the electricity that we generate. And again, that's part of our mission, is to make sure that at least we give something back for our society, give something back for our environment. And that's why we also have the Green IT, sustainability hackathons, and Ideas to Outcomes. Ideas to Outcomes is an overarching annual innovation competition that deals with the problems that we have for society. As you can see at the bottom part, we have, I just put in here 3 of siguro the outcomes of our Innovate for Society. One is Blockbuster AR. Again, this is 3 to 4 years ago. I just put it here because the evolution of the ideas and the technology, usage of technologies. So when AR became a hit 3 to 4 years ago, some of our technologies thought about how do we bring AR as a technology to help our marginalized co-workers who has hard of hearing, di ba? So kumbaga, it's bringing so as you can see, it's capturing the world, di ba? With the smart lens again, the team 3D printed the lens, and this is at the advent pa lang parang ng mga Google lenses, which allows them to actually walk around, talk to people with captions, and hopefully with a vision, di ba, to help them eventually become productive team members in the company and also in the society. The next thing is the e-health worker. Again, most of our ideas come from our team's experiences. So kumbaga, one of our innovators' parents was a health worker, and at a young age, he saw his mother parang go through day and night using paper and pen, diba, writing down, computing for, let's say, the health status of the children in their town. Through our innovation hackathons, and of course, through the use of technology. So kanina, diba, it's AR, through the use of mobile technology, the online, offline capabilities of yung mobile applications, we're able to devise an electronic way for distributing this application to health workers. In fact, we've been working, I mean, pre-COVID, we've been working closely with the city of, one of the cities in Caloocan, and we've been working with what they call Butchipats, Buntis Ticketing Patrol. So that when we roll this out to them, we know how to positively influence their lives through digital technologies. Again, e-health worker, again, pre-COVID, we were launching it, and it has all of the dashboards, the analytics, because 2 to 3 years ago, again, the advent of data analytics has been predominant in our industry, making sure that we allocate the right resources. Syempre, it's the feeding program, it's also the malnutrition program, and as well as for the pregnancy. So giving the national government or that local government dashboards to analyze how they use the resources. Of course, when COVID hit, our innovation never stopped. The competition continued on, and what we see in the trend and what we saw during the competition was that there's also no stopping with the problems that our culture and society is having. So the winner in the last year's Ideas to Outcomes Innovate for Society is Bangon Lokal. They had this dream of helping the small, medium enterprise businesses, primarily women, who used to go, diba, on different cities to sell their merchandise, talk to people, diba, parang it's a backyard business that they can bring to different towns so that they can generate business. But as you know, because of COVID, they had to go nowhere. I mean, there's literally no place for them to go. So in collaboration with the Quezon City Municipality, along with Accenture, of course, some other sponsors, we were able to craft at least a program for these business owners so that they can take their products, improve them, teach them how to online sell, because one of the problems, again, I'll talk about it later on, one of the E's is education. One of the problems of our society is that no matter how we tell them that, you know, digital is the next wave of technology and everybody needs to go to digital, but reality, as reality sets in, but not everybody is really digital savvy. If you go to your titas and titas to go online, make up your own business, do online payments, they cannot just do that. So part of the program is realizing that more than the technology, it's also educating the people on how to effectively and properly use technology. Because while we have a very good technology, again, it's open to a lot of, I would say, people with bad intentions as well. So again, very important that we teach them security along with the possibility of going online. And I'm happy to say that Bangon Lokal is live. So we're actually looking forward to this year's competition. And I personally am looking forward to again, what the technology brings, because as you know, there's still so much untapped technologies in the world that could benefit the society. Again, looking at the sustainability goals, of course, there's a lot of things that we can do, especially you guys as developers. To think about not just, of course, syempre yung money is always at the back of our mind, but really, there's a lot of things that we can do for society that will allow everybody to move towards the same direction, which is progress. So these are samples of the local innovations that we are doing at Accenture Philippines. I'd like to show you as well some of the innovations that we're doing globally, because this is not just limited to Accenture in the Philippines. We also participate in what we call Global Technology Innovation Contest. And there's also the Innovate for Business and the Innovate for Society. So we're seeing a lot of innovations really taking care of the society. So this one is for women. In one of the countries, I believe this is in India, they wanted to help out, making sure that the younger women have the right support, the right intervention, so that they will grow to become progressive as well as contributing members of their society. So it's through the power of this app. Again, it's not limited to other countries. It's also something that we could easily apply. You can easily think of when you're thinking of your own innovation. How do I help women, diba? Equality, equality in the workforce, diversity, etc. There's also a big part of us, syempre, that works on education. So kumbaga, one of our innovations globally is to make sure that, again, for those schools who doesn't get enough support on sustenance, that we actually make sure that the delivery, the logistics, everything is in place, from tracking and tracing that, let's say, for example, the donations, the food really gets to the right recipients. And for this technology, we even use blockchain. So again, for the blockchain enthusiasts, it's a very good tool for tracking and tracing and ensuring that the supply chain, the end-to-end supply chain happens real time, and everybody gets visibility on where the product is, where is it in the life cycle, and how do we progress, diba, in the future using that data and analytics, so that at least we can improve on implementation of our technology. Of course, there's food and agriculture. Again, this is more crop management for our farmers. In fact, I would say that this is not limited to, of course, other countries, but also very relevant to the Philippines. I would say that even half of, well, about 1/3 probably, of our Innovate for Society entries are all about farmers. And that's realizing that there's really a problem. I mean, we have a lot of farmers in our society, in our community, and they need help, right? And for agriculture, one of their challenges is, of course, it's education, but also device management. So one of my tips when I do, let's say, a visioning session with innovators is that don't focus on technology first. Think of the problem, think of the users, right? Because even if you have a very good technology, but nobody can use it, then it's useless, right? It's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy. And really thinking about your target market and your end goal is your first step, diba? And for this, it's definitely something that's very relevant to the Philippines. We've been using, I've been seeing a lot of innovations coming from students, coming from student leaders, also about crop management. How do we make sure that the soil has the right hydration, that they're getting enough sunlight, et cetera, to grow their crops. So again, it's a good mix of technology, but also making sure that we have the right audience, we have the right education and enablement for users. For the environment, as what you can see, diba, it's this is one of our biggest, I would say, goals in Accenture right now. It's really more about making sure that as we utilize resources, again, one of the things that you have to understand is by using the technologies, by using AI, by using cloud, by using blockchain, for example, we're using natural resources to generate electricity. So it is our mission as well in Accenture. Even our CEO coined that sustainability or it's the new digital, diba? Because without our environment, without our ecosystem, there's nothing, diba? There will be lack of resources in the future. In fact, the industry buzzwords right now would be yung carbon neutral, net zero, and as we are trying to help our clients achieve the net zero and carbon, yung sustainability quotient nila in the future, this is also something very important that as developers, you guys, diba, us, we also consider how we use technology, how much, let's say, for example, if we're building, let's say, websites, how large is the image? Kasi every time, diba, every time a website loads images, videos, then it takes up space. It takes up cloud space or it eats up bandwidth. So how do we make sure that that is fully optimized? So part of our innovation is really making sure that even our websites are carbon friendly. And not just websites, it's all about the journey to cloud. Why are we moving on premises or those local data centers to cloud? It's because of elasticity, right? Because demand and supply, we can adjust the resources near real time. So again, this is an area where everybody can actually look at how we can use technology to make sure that we have an environment that will last, decades and decades to come. Because the technology will keep on evolving. It will keep on using resources. And again, it's up to us as technologists to make sure that, we're giving back. We're giving back to the environment. And that's why, in this example, it's really more, aside from zero emissions, we're using less energy to do recharging for Tesla motors. Of course, with COVID, again, the health, the pandemic, it's an industry that has seen a lot of challenges. And of course, with the health workers, again, this is why this innovation came about. It's really making sure that, of course, we have remote tools to effectively monitor our patients. So this is up and beyond yung teleconsulting. Again, you can think of your innovations. How can we help patients, diba, with the sensors? Currently, there's a lot of sensors, IoTs that you can wear. Even the Apple Watches, there's endless innovations. I've been hearing about, of course, Samsung has already have the blood pressure in their watches, but the next wave of light sensors would eventually be able to measure sugar and glucose in our bloodstream. And knowing that, I think part of our challenge as technologists and innovators is looking at the curve, what's next in the curve, anticipating what's going to go big, because that's where the technology, that's where the investments will come in. With the advent of mature technologies, mature industries, then we can now innovate, diba? Because we cannot really innovate on immature industries. So we know that blockchain has been there for more than 10 years, but we've seen the blockchain industries or the industries adopt blockchain just 2 to 3, 5 years. Aside from Bitcoin, diba? But there's really that, AI has been there since, in the 50s, but of course, with now the computing power through the cloud, those are the enablers for these technologies. And I think that as technologists, this is something that we should be constantly looking out for. That's why, again, in one of our leadership session, one of the things that struck me as technologists, one of the qualities has to be, if you want to be successful in this area, you have to be naturally curious, diba? Curious on what's happening, how things work, how do you improve things, how do you automate things, how do you make things better. So those are the things, at least for me, that's my, siguro first thing that I do is really try to find out how does LED light work, diba? Or how does things work, like robotics, how do I make a self-learning algorithm, etc., etc. Because with that curiosity, it allows you to innovate eventually and use multitude of technologies you combine to create your own innovation. But you cannot do that without realizing the power of the technologies around us. So again, be naturally curious, read about technology, and try to anticipate what's going to happen, what's the next big thing in technology in the future. So yeah, so health. And siguro this one is on the employment, kasi part of the SDG REN is giving equal opportunities. So in the Philippines, again, the advent of, I think this was 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, the advent of AI chatbot, we realized that, of course, Facebook Messenger was there. Everybody has access to Facebook Messenger. So part of our innovation, and again, this was born out of our innovation studio here in the Philippines on why don't we use our power of AI, the power of AI, our industry knowledge, coupled with our partnership with the local government units to create something for, let's say for this, it's the PWD or those persons with disabilities, diba? Because we want them to have equal opportunities in getting jobs. But knowing the problem that they even don't know how to create their own CVs, they're parang finding it difficult to, how do I write my own CV, diba? What's a standard way of, let's say, getting my profile out there to employees? So that's why we created Tessa. Tessa is a chatbot that actually allows users to create their own CV. And then eventually, of course, with machine learning, with the right help, of course, the machine learns over time, right? It allows them to get equal opportunities for everybody else to land a job that they are equally capable for. So yan. Again, what I've shown you are the different innovations, no, that we've done for the tech for good. And this is, of course, not limited to Accenture. You guys have an ocean of problems to look into, because again, when you look around the Philippines, of course, again, we are blessed to see a lot of technologies, but also a lot of problems, diba? There's not been a much greater time to be in technology than now, because in the past, when I was growing up, it takes parang years for me to get a hold of technology. But nowadays, if some people are innovating on these VRs, ARs, then we can get a hold of those devices as well, and create our own innovation, create our new product, and improve the existing products, diba? So again, there's no limit of what you can do, of what we can do, and with syempre the support groups, the local government units, of course, let's say this community can bring, then definitely there's a whole lot of opportunities. Ayan. Second to my last slide is just the 5 E's for scaling tech for good. So again, it has to be ethical. One of the things that has to be really important when we're doing this, because AI, diba? Again, AI is like a child. If you teach it to do bad things, it'll do bad things. If you teach it to do good things, and of course, it'll do good things. Kaya nga, our boundaries should always be about ethics. And that's why we're building, again, essentially, we built what we call ethical AI, because we don't want the AI to be used negatively in our society. So again, hopefully, diba, our mindset, your vision is to do good. And that's where ethics should come in. As I mentioned a while ago, we should not be looking at siguro the current situation. That's why the best innovations are those that are being engineered for the next future, for the next generation, something that the next generation can use. A mature technology that has evolved over time and has now reached its not really pinnacle, but the inflection point wherein everybody can use and adapt the technology. Diba? Like the cell phones, diba? It took some time for again the screens to be adopted. There were several, of course, negative bias on how we move around with technology, but we've seen that diba, the visionaries like the Elon Musks, of course, they would like to engineer for the next billion. So that's why meron natin SpaceX, Starlinks, diba? It's really about how do we serve the next generation. So again, engineering for the next billion is the next E. Embed new technologies. Of course, this is something relevant to our industry. The new technologies. So why new technologies? New technologies allow much more efficiency. I mean, I would say that new technologies also include reusable assets. We, as engineers, as technologists, we should recognize that not all of the things that we need should be built from scratch. So, part of the libraries, part of the reusable assets that we can see out there. Kaya nga there's a big community on open source systems and open source codes, so that we can use them. And of course, we also have to give back and contribute, but really embed new technologies, look at what's happening so that you can have a future-proof solution, whether it's technology for business or technology for good or for society. Enable civil society. Ito lang siguro yung, I mean, definitely our society is, I mean, when we think about tech for good, society is really the beneficiary. So we are not, I guess, when we're building technology, it is very important for us to understand and collaborate with the partners. So when we're building technology, one of the biggest mistakes that I've seen is that they build technology without the end users in mind. And as technologists, as programmers, we're very good with what we do. Diba? Building AR, building Python, automation, Java, building websites. But then again, to my example a while ago, if we have not considered our end clients, diba? The ones that who will use the system, then masasayang lang. Again, it's a waste. To give you an example, when we were building the e-health worker app, we started, of course, with partnering with local government units, no, that takes care of nutrition. Of course, we're building the app, we're building the functionalities, etc., etc. When we first demoed it to our stakeholders, to the actual users, this napakamot sila eh. Parang sabi nila, sir, malabo na mata namin. We can't see very small font. So there we realized how nga no, we should really have adopted a UI that is fit for our users. So again, this is as technologists, it's functioning, but the usability, we have to always connect with the end users. And of course, for us, for that e-health worker, we had to iterate, do workshops, test it out, so that at least the users will become comfortable, not just with the technology, but with using the systems. Because yun, if the search function doesn't work, then they will end up using paper and pen. And of course, again, sayang na may investment in technology, on analytics, on prediction, AI, etc. if nobody's using. Kasi, di ba, in our business, data is gold. So we can only move so much with enough data. The last one, and this is also what I consider very, very important, is that we educate the masses. We educate the masses on the safety of the technology. That's why when we're building softwares, when we're building applications, security is key. As technologists, you might have heard of yung most recent hack in the US, di ba? When, again, very prevalent, very dominant, very active ngayon yung mga hackers. Yung, of course, they will take your system, do ransomware, you have to pay crypto, etc., etc. And it's not limited to big industries. The sad news is that even yung educations, even schools are being hacked just to get a couple of $1,000 deposited on their account. So when we're building these technologies, especially for the society, we have to make sure that in our architecture, security is key. How do we protect the data of our users, data of our administrators? How do we make sure that our database, the backend, are secured so that, again, no bad players can penetrate and take advantage, diba, of a data they should have never accessed. So education, siguro that's one, to make sure that they're comfortable and the securities that we put in place. And of course, educating them on how to use the technology properly. One of our again, going back to the farmers, initially we had all of this, diba, parang technology. Okay, we have our soil sensors, we have our solar sensors, we have all of this dashboard analytics. Even for the fishermen, we have parang sensors that you put in to anticipate pH values or pH based on the weather, based on the acidity of the nearby oceans, etc. All of these technologies. But then, again, napakamot naman yung fishermen, parang wala kasi kaming internet and wala kaming cellphone. So again, it's really making sure that more than educating, it's also equipping the target partners, because otherwise, again, we have all these technologies, but there's no users. Again, these are the 5 E's of scaling tech for good. Of course, not limited to. The technology has always been evolving. Malay natin, baka there's a next E in the future. But again, this would be a good guideline for you to think about, again, how do you innovate in this area of society where there's so many problems to be solved and there's so many technologies that we can use. Yan. I'll end. So siguro this one I talked about a while ago. I mean, these are the industries that there's no lacking in problems, diba? But I'll end with siguro one of our leadership has mentioned, or start with the intended social outcome in mind. Ito rin siya sabi ko na technology, I mean, pick the right technology after you've thought of ano ba yung social impact or the outcome that you have in mind. Ano mo na yung output? And then that's where the technology will guide us what technology to use. Is it sustainable technology? There's some questions right now on, is it regenerative? Is that something that is built for, of course, the next generations to come? But most importantly, as this quote has mentioned, start with the intended social outcome in mind. I think that's a very good way to start innovating. It's a very good way to start your social journey as you build innovations, game-changing innovations for our society and for our community. So with that, I end my presentation, and hopefully you've learned something, and I'll be happy to take in some questions, if you don't mind. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Nep. No? So while we're waiting for questions from our audience from chat, we do have a couple of questions, Sir Nep. So based on your talk, you shared a lot of really interesting and very noble initiatives right now that are being pursued by Accenture. So in the Philippines, Sir Nep, which technologies are being implemented at scale? Para our audience would know na, yan, Accenture yung gumawa niyan, ganyan.
No, we have TESA. We have TESA as one, so it's live in Facebook Messenger. So again, any of the marginalized community can use that. I also mentioned about the e-health worker. Bangon Lokal is the one that won our innovation competition. So again, it's live. We're not implementing it ourselves. We're joined by other communities. So typically with LGUs, so that they can implement it, of course, as mentioned a while ago, we are experts in our field, but we need industry experts and people who have immersed themselves on the social problems, diba? Who can actually steer our technology towards the right usability and the right audience. So we've been working as well with some LGUs when COVID struck, definitely on data analytics, because we have so many assets on anticipation, especially when it's at the height of COVID. It's very close to our hearts. Even our country managing director is very close to other LGUs. I'm just not privileged to talk about all of them because some of them are still in the works, and I don't want to preempt, of course, how do we potentially impact education in the future, of course, the livelihood, and the marginalized poor in our society.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Nep. No, so really, it's good to know that you have a lot of initiatives specific for education. And actually, a lot of our audience for tonight are actually from the education sector. So we have a lot of professors and admin here joining us. And my next question naman po would be related naman to them. So do you have any recommended resources or action steps for schools who want to pursue tech for good related projects, especially right now wherein everyone is virtual, diba? So you have to think what are the things that they can do in terms of projects or mga thesis ng mga students. What are your recommendations there, Sir Nep?
Ayun, siguro very relevant and really on the on the mark question, kasi as we're now all virtual, one of the good things that I can tell you is that everything is accessible right now. The technologies are accessible with the right research. Again, with internet having so matured, 5G's coming in. I guess I go back to yung kanina na have the end goal in mind. Look at the UN SDG, kasi there's 17 sustainability development goals. what we've done is we focused on 1 to 3, and then we let our, let's say, our employees ideate first, so submit ideas. Because everybody has their own ideas, diba? So we collect everything, and through that initial ideation, then that's where we curate, and that's where we parang elevate the idea further. And that gives us focus. Because otherwise, if we have parang, diba, 200 ideas, everybody's doing their own, masyadong walang focus. So, yun nga, pick the right SDG, get people submit ideas using, let's say, relevant technologies. Again, pick technologies that are maturing. Kunwari, AI is one, blockchain has matured, VR, AR has matured as well. Of course, Java, the custom, those are underlying technology support naman that's needed, but really focus on specific goals. Focus on specific goals, get as many ideas as you can, and then refine, iterate, refine, and then that's when you build siguro on the refinement. Kasi otherwise, yun na nga, when you refine, you have to now think about the partners. Kasi they're the industry experts. Again, when we're working with our Innovate for Society, we invite our partners to really tell us what the problems are. Kasi not knowing, again, if you're just technology focused and you don't know what's really happening, let's say, for example, the main problem in education is tools. Diba? Parang sinasabi nila, they don't have tools to, parang the teachers would spend days and nights checking and marking. So is there a way for them to be more efficient? Diba? Again, as technologists, we could go into the wrong way of, again, building AI, sensors, etc., etc. So these are the technologies they don't need. But we developed it anyway because we didn't partner, we didn't cooperate, we didn't collaborate. So again, that's very important, to collaborate and cooperate with the ecosystem partners that we have.
All right, so, thank you so much, Sir Nep. No, so just to one very important point here, especially for our audience here, is that whenever we want to pursue yung tech for good, always have as what Sir Nep said, always have the end in mind. So we could have all the different high-tech technologies and all of these things, but then at the end, di naman siya nagagamit. So useless lang. Di naman sa useless, pero maybe it's not yet the right time. But always collaborate with the stakeholders. So if you're talking to the schools, talk to the schools. If you want to serve the farmers, talk to the farmers. Correct. All right, thank you so much, Sir Nap, for your time. And if you have further questions for Sir Nap, you can just chat them in the message box below, and we can, maybe at the end of the session, we might still have time for Q&A. But for now, again, thank you so much, Sir Nap.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. And again, good luck to everybody. I like what you guys are doing, because that gives, again, a platform for everybody, diba, to succeed, show their skills, and evolve in this growing industry, which is definitely high tech, the IT industry, etc. But thank you so much, and yep, have a good day.
Thank you so much, Sir Nap. All right, so now we move on to our next speaker. So let me just, there you go. So for our next speaker is that we will be now talking about cloud. So to introduce our next speaker, he leads all technical aspects of ServiceNow project delivery and solution delivery. Among his expertise are people, resource, and financial management, solutions planning and design, ServiceNow implementation, project management, technical or functional training, and coaching. Everyone, help me welcome Sir Michael Esteban, Senior Manager of Cloud Advisory and ServiceNow Capability Lead of Accenture Philippines. Sir Mike.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Haifa. And good evening to our audience. Haifa, yung hardcore, really close to students. I was once a university instructor, and I'm also teaching pa, occasionally, and I'm also enrolled pa in a DIT program, so I'm a student myself, then. So let me share my screen. And again, good evening, and thank you for doing this, Just like Nep mentioned, this is really an excellent venue for us to get together, for us to learn new things, and a lot of things that are really would definitely be helpful in the future. Okay, so there you go. So okay, so today we'll be talking about cloud in general, but I would like to also mention a couple of things that Accenture is doing or promoting in terms of implementing solutions for our clients. So Nep earlier mentioned about robotics, RPA, artificial intelligence, so those things. But one of the biggest things that we're doing right now in terms of capability building, in terms of catering to what our clients need, is cloud. And I name the title of this, basically the presentation is Cloud and Beyond, making the world of work better for people. So we're going to talk about cloud fundamentals, at least, the basic. And I'm pretty sure some of you, especially the professors, the instructors, already have the fundamentals or the basic knowledge on the terms, about cloud. Maybe some of you, the students right here, especially those that are really part of StackLeague, are already developing using cloud platforms such as Salesforce, ServiceNow, and a lot of things. So let me introduce myself first. I'm a Cloud Advisory Senior Manager. I lead the overall ServiceNow practice. ServiceNow is a platform as a service. It's a cloud platform as a service technology. So we can build apps using ServiceNow. It has out-of-the-box application as well that the client can already use. So later on, we'll discuss and tackle more about ServiceNow. So as mentioned, I'm currently taking my doctorate. So if there are people here who are part of University of the East, I'm taking my doctorate or Doctor of Information Technology degree at University of the East Manila. I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Computing, major in Computer Science, and my master's degree as well at TUP, Technological University of the Philippines, Manila. So for those who are studying in a state university, Kawai, hello there. I'm a ServiceNow certified professional. I am also a ServiceNow authorized instructor. So I'm authorized to teach at least 4 official courses. So if you happen to go to servicenow.com/training, so there's a chance if you enroll in one of the courses that I'll be one of the instructors. So it's been 8 years since I'm practicing. So I started practicing cloud development and cloud implementation. As mentioned, I'm also a university instructor. I used to teach at Arellano University and as well as TUP Manila. And casually, I do speaking stints like this, sharing the love of, about technology, right? And I also run a show in my Facebook page. It's facebook.com, Esteban. I'm going to continue doing tech episodes. I call it Tech Talkerist because TikTok, right? But it's tech and then talk. So I talk about tech. So I invite guests and talk about anything about technology in general. But I see you there. So yeah, before anything else, I would like to introduce or to tackle some of the cases, some of the case studies that we have in delivering, in implementing cloud solutions for our clients. So this one in particular, right? So it's one of the largest conglomerates in the Philippines. So what we did for them is basically to help, expedite, speed up processing time of their service requests. An example would be niyan, right? In Tagalog. So whenever you are in a company or in an organization, just in case your laptop it has broken down or hindi na gumagana, you have to raise a ticket, right? Or you need to install something that you need to do or that is relevant to the work that you do. If you're a developer, definitely you need some IDEs to be installed, etc. Syempre may mga security stuff that you need to go through. lalo na if you're part of a really huge organization. So those things we automated for this customer, no. And as mentioned, no, as you can see on the screen, um, the problem really is lengthy processing time of all of their service requests, and they have a lot of silos, different support teams, not really working with each other, and tumatagal yung proseso, no? And what we did for them is, of course, to apply and implement the cloud technology called ServiceNow. We employed IT service management for them. We automated that as a whole. So when we say IT service management, from the word itself, IT and then service management. So managing services in the IT department, no? So what I mentioned earlier. So service catalog, so whenever you request something, it's all going to be automated. The approvals will be automated. Even the delivery will be automated using cloud. Nothing but cloud, no? All is on the cloud, no? And we also built an employee self-service portal for them, or a service portal for them, to have that single piece or single source of truth, basically, in terms of data, and a single or central portal for everyone to log their tickets, to know the status of their tickets, to learn something. We implemented as well knowledge base. No? So kung may mga tanong yung mga tao about a certain process, how to's, if there are, if a particular issue can be resolved by a knowledge article, by a particular document, by just reading it, no? And that's going to be much faster than definitely, than raising a ticket, right? So the solution basically improved processing time of employee requests for this company. So they're really happy about it, definitely. Everyone would definitely be happy about it. And of course, low cost because it's cloud. So later on, let's discuss about cloud. Increased productivity, definitely by automating things, right? By automating things, we always focus about automation. We can focus our efforts, right, in other things that we can probably deliver, right? We can think about things, other things that we can improve or maybe implement, right, to make work better for everyone, diba? Yun yung topic natin, right? Close monitoring of digital workflows, definitely yung mga approvals, no? Even on your mobile phone, yeah, mobile phone, pwede nang mag-approve, pwede nang submit ng request, and of course, increase employee satisfaction. This is for one customer. And this one in particular, the second case is Accenture. Basically help a US-based broadband and business communication, no? Enhance their monitoring and everything about their support services through a customized. This is a custom facilities management application. So imagine, no, creating a custom app through cloud by just using your browser, by just having an internet connectivity, an internet connection. You can build, many things. So this one in particular, we basically propose a solution wherein we created a custom ServiceNow facilities management, or we can just say facilities management for this business. So everything right now, what they're experiencing right now is automatic assignment of requests to concerned groups. So definitely mas mabilis na, right? So wala nang halos manual intervention. So may issue na pumasok. It's just like you guys, no? Lahat ng nandito. Whenever you call, let's say your internet service provider, no? Maybe I can mention pwedeng Globe, pwedeng Smart, no? Depende. You'll get the ticket, right? It will be routed to the proper, should be routed, right? It should be routed to the proper technical group or teams. It's the same thing that what we have, what we did for this customer, no? So automatic assignment of requests to concerned groups, no? Without really, having to manually intervene. And using cloud technology, we can also sync it up or integrate it with artificial intelligence. So we have what we call predictive intelligence. No? So later on, we'll discuss that. But to wrap this case up, no, we have efficient monitoring of progress of requests. And last but not the least, is smarter intelligent notification. So when you are working with or utilizing a cloud platform, you get all the benefits. No? Halos lahat bago eh. So in Accenture, we're using, I guess a lot of cloud technologies that are in the market, and we are employing that for our customers. No, we really integrate it efficiently. No, to make our solutions the best, one of the best in the market, definitely. And definitely intelligent notifications. This is what we did for multiple clients across different regions. When we say different regions, Accenture is catering not just for local clients, no, but clients in, let's say, Australia, Japan. We have clients in North America and Europe. No? So that's how big our client base is. Just in ServiceNow pa lang yun, but definitely for other capabilities as well. But going back here, smarter intelligent notifications, what I mentioned earlier, using cloud, utilizing cloud, you get all the benefits, right? You can integrate with particularly or practically every third-party application using REST, using SOAP, working with mid servers and all of those things, no? Perhaps nag-ring a bell, no? Yung mga sinasabi ko, REST API, the web services, so those things, no? So kayang-kaya, no? We can definitely integrate, no, to other third-party or to third-party applications, and perhaps, no, pagsamahin natin yung mga features na yun. But on this particular case, no, definitely we have implemented intelligent notifications. We have implemented, particularly for in one of our clients, no, predictive intelligence. It's basically the artificial intelligence in ServiceNow or in the cloud, in this cloud platform. I'm talking about ServiceNow, no, kasi that's what's one of the what they call this in demand. We talk, of course, we'll be talking about cloud in general, but that ServiceNow is one of the in demand cloud technology or cloud platforms that is being used in Accenture for our clients. So. And we Accenture utilizes ServiceNow as well. So we use ServiceNow as well. No? But predictive intelligence. So let's talk about predictive intelligence. No? One of the things that we implemented for a client. So just in case, no? So let's say you are part of an organization using ServiceNow. So what happens is that whenever you encounter an issue, let's say ang bagal ng laptop, or my laptop has encountered, an intermittent internet connectivity something or issue, no? Maybe siguro sa madaling salita, we can just say internet connectivity issue. So by just instead of giving all the details and stuff, right? Like instead of calling service desk or instead of calling IT to raise an incident, you can just open up a form, or you can open up the ServiceNow portal in your mobile phone, and then automatically, of course, malalog in ka na using features such as single sign-on technology. Anybody here who knows single sign-on? Definitely, some of you, maybe most or if not all, no? So once you've logged in, you can just type in, no? Or just go on to incidents and just type in my internet is slow, and that's it. After that, upon submission, it will automatically predict what is the category of that incident. Is it a software issue? Is it a hardware issue? Who's going to be assigned? In whose group who's going to handle that issue? Automatically, it will be predicted. Mahuhulaan na. Well, in an accurate manner, because predictive intelligence in cloud definitely has a big reference, no? Malaki yung reference niya in data. So we need historical data as well. But we learn artificial intelligence is being learned, being trained, diba? And afterwards we get the accuracy results, no? the prediction accuracy, and that's what we did, no? For most of our clients right now in Accenture using ServiceNow. So we are making things better for them, making things more efficient for them, right? And again, I would go back to my statement earlier, right? Yung statement natin kanina na mas matutuon nila yung pansin, no? Mas makakapagtuon sila ng pansin sa iba pang automation initiatives, right? Other automation initiatives, other areas that they can improve, no? Or maybe other areas in other departments that they can automate, no? Using cloud, using artificial intelligence, using integration and stuff like that, right? Those things, no. So again, these are just the cases that I'm presenting, but I would like to slow down a bit and let's talk about cloud, no, cloud technology and cloud computing defined, or the definition of cloud technology. So who among you are familiar with the working definition of cloud technology, right? So when we say cloud, dati, you think about serverless, right? And a lot of things. So those are correct, right? I mean, they're server, but you access it from remotely, right? So cloud computing, the working definition is publicly accessible, browser-based. That's the beauty of it, no? I remember back then when I was in college, no, I was doing scripts using PHP, using C programming, no, and dami pa. But when I became a cloud developer, everything was easy, I guess, in terms of everything related sa working sa work, no. And it's kind of an advantage as well being a cloud developer, because right now we are still in a pandemic and I hope everyone's safe, no, and healthy. So sana safe kayo and healthy lahat dyan. We can develop from anywhere. Basically, we just need what? Diba? We just need a laptop, a stable internet connection, and a browser, right? And then from there we can create amazing applications. We can implement amazing products, no? Build amazing products for our customers, and that's what Accenture is doing right now. No? Some of us are working remotely because of the pandemic, but it doesn't really hinder us from creating beautiful and excellent apps and implementing beautiful solutions. Beautiful, puro beautiful, no? Awesome solutions for our clients, no? Lalo na yun talagang nangangailangan na ma-resolve yung mga existing issues nila. Everything, using cloud technology, using cloud computing is really advantageous, no, nowadays. And I think yung trend natin, no, with what happened to the pandemic, with what happened, no, and we're still in a pandemic right now. Nakita natin yung mga the people, everyone in the IT industry, lalo na yung mga developers, are all really can or possible, no, or really napatunayan natin that it's really feasible to work remotely, from anywhere. But there are areas there are roles in IT that's really needed pa rin. No, lalo na yung mga nasa infrastructure. But going back here, no, what it means, no? So whenever you think about cloud, you think about Gmail, Facebook. These are application as a service or software as a service, no? There's no local software, versionless. I would say there are versions, feature releases. No? Let's talk about it later when we are already in the topic of ServiceNow. And of course, usually with PC, tablet, and phone, I can actually do programs using my mobile phone. Whenever I do ServiceNow sessions, technical development sessions in the cloud, Usually kapag live, no, usually may mga hinihingan ko sila ng mga Excel nila na may macro, and then we convert it in a program, in a cloud program, in a cloud application in ServiceNow. So that's how easy it is. I think the emphasis is that's how easy it is to develop applications in the cloud, to develop solutions for our clients in the cloud. So that's what I'm would like to really emphasize. No? And there are, of course, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this already. We have, different type of cloud. No? We have software as a service, and so as you can see on the screen, we have already software as a service. We have platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. Software as a service, definitely these are out of the box that you can already use or you can already utilize. That's why we have Gmail there, right? We have Drive. And yung madalas ko naririnig eh. That's what I always hear. When I ask someone about, hey, do you know cloud technology? Do you know cloud computing? Google Drive. Tama naman. But there's more into it, no? Google Drive, yes, it's in the cloud. You can store something, files in the cloud. It's one example of how we can utilize cloud computing and cloud technology, right? But there's more into it, no? So software as a service, those are readily available software. You can subscribe, like Office 365. I'm pretty sure some of the schools here are using, O365, no? Baka may magkaroon na ng bagong release, no? The Google apps, no? The suite of Google apps, etc. Those are software as service. You can use it right away. You can use it immediately for different purposes, business, productivity, software, no? In the cloud, you don't need to install it, right? In your local computer or in your local desktop or even in your mobile phone. You have platform as a service, no? Platform as a service, this is a type of cloud wherein you can create or build apps on your own. That's siguro ganun na lang kasimple yung definition natin for each and everyone's understanding, no? So we have Force.com, one of Accenture's largest capability, no? Salesforce, we can create, different applications as well on top of already existing applications, no, within the Force.com or Salesforce.com. It's similar to ServiceNow. There are already existing applications available. Once you subscribe, no, subscription basis kasi itong cloud, no, mostly, no, if not all. You subscribe, no, you buy a license and you can use it, no, yeah, use as pay as you use it, no? Ika nga. And then we have Google App Engine, we have Azure by Microsoft. So platform, from the word itself, platform, you be provided the platform to play around, to create apps, no? To do integrations, to train your AI, and all of those things, no? You can do in a cloud type of platform as a service, right? And last but not least, we have infrastructure as a service. We are, Accenture. We have a really vast and huge infrastructure capability. So one of which is Amazon Web Service, right? And we have Azure people as well, Microsoft infra guys, no? A lot of infrastructure, cloud infrastructure people in Accenture, and a lot of our clients are, have moved already, no? From on-prem. When we say on-prem or on-premise, local pa, no? Yung mga server nila nandun pa sa kani-kaniyang mga organization. So they move from that setup to a cloud setup, no? So everything is now in the cloud, subscription-based, no? So yung mga resources na ginagamit nila, yun lang yung babayaran nila, and etc. etc. So imagine your infrastructure. If you own an organization, or if you are part of our organization, if you're a system admin there, imagine being a system admin using cloud infrastructure as a service. So sa cloud ka na ngayon mag-administer. No? And I highly suggest, no, if you are really I think this is one of the hottest careers, no? Being a cloud developer, being a cloud infrastructure consultant, and again, Accenture has the opportunity, a lot of opportunities for you guys. So just in case, a lot, really, really awesome opportunities in terms of the cloud or within the cloud space. Yeah. So where things are headed, there are actually a lot of things, no, that I would like to talk about here, but definitely napag-usapan na natin about AI, artificial intelligence. We have Internet of Things, no. I have actually two virtual reality headsets here, no, care of my friend. We have the Oculus, no, the Oculus one, and the other one is the HoloLens 2 by Microsoft. So you see a lot of potential in terms of where technology is heading right now. But I would really like to emphasize that all of those things, one of the key ingredient, I would say, or one of the ingredients, no, main ingredients is really cloud. No? And yan, katulad yan, Internet of Things is just one of the technologies, no, that are being sought after to really grow, no, over the next few years. No? So ano na yan, patche-patche. It's all going to patch up, but what I would like to emphasize again really is that cloud will be the foundation of everything. Big data, artificial intelligence on cloud, infrastructure on cloud, everything will be on the cloud already. No? And that's going to be. I'm actually stoked and excited about the future. And even since we've talked about virtual reality, AR, augmented reality, maybe we can have virtual offices in the future. But there are a lot of questions, no? I'm pretty sure a lot of you are, okay nga ba mag-office na virtual reality? Some might pose a question na iba pa rin yung physical. Definitely iba pa rin yung physical, but that's going to be a different topic, no? That's going to be a different topic. Malaking diskusyonan yan. There's going to be a huge discussion about it. But yeah, really, personally, I'm excited to on what's going to happen in the future. VR space, AR space, no? Ang dami ng mga dine-develop, no? Ng mga learning materials, learning labs, no? Using VR, no? Mga virtual offices. Imagine, no? Naka-VR headset ka, pero yung katabi mo, no? Kakala mo, tunay. Pero sa kanya-kanya kayong bahay. Yung mga dine-develop currently ngayon. Accenture is developing some, no? Technologies related to VR, AR as well, not just in artificial intelligence, no? Not just in RPA, but not just in robotics, but I think Accenture is developing for almost everything. No? So we have white papers, research papers about it as well. You can visit our website, no? Accenture.com. And yeah, cloud is a technology enabler. Definitely, yeah, right? Premium business models, low-cost delivery, pay as you use, di ba? Kung ano lang yung magamit ng mga organizations, that's what they're going to pay. But no, sometimes it's going to be a huge investment at first. No, yung return of investment pangyayari yan in a few years, no? But not really. I can be honest, right? I need to be honest. Minsan hindi naman kagad yung return of investment like overnight nandyan na. So we need to invest, no, not just with the technology, but on our people as well to be enabled. So that's why you need everyone here who's in this call, who's in this StackLeague event. You need to continue learning, no? Lalo na sa technology tayo. Ayaw natin mapag-iwanan, right? Yun yung ayaw natin mangyari. We get left out. On the latest technology, no, we need to be updated as always, no. Consumerization, no. So more yung products definitely more end user based, no. Lagi nating isinaalang-alang na yung mga end user. Yan lagi yung yun ay nangyayari with the technology that that we are doing, you know. So more on the user experience, more on the comfortness, comfortability, and that's a trend actually in Accenture right now. Most of our development work related to cloud technology is really more, kung nakita niyo yung mga cases kanina, it's really more on automation, really more on improving user experience. No? Again, user experience. No? Gaano ka flawless, no? Yung flow, yung proseso end to end. When I log in your system, how quick I can I can get results. Maybe some, let's say, a report, maybe a dashboard, how real time it is, how quick my incidents or yung mga reklamo ko can be resolved, no? And all of those things, no? User experience definitely plays a vital role in consumerization, no? In general. And of course, transition, it relates to that product-based value to data-centric value. Data is the, sabi nga nila, di ba? As of the moment, data is the modern gold, the modern oil, di ba? Napakahalaga ng data ngayon, no? Kaya nga, di ba, may mga kumbaga parang may nagbebenta ng mga data through to, you know, different agencies and stuff like that. So it's really important. So you need to protect your data as well. So it's really what do you call this, important, no? And yeah, let's go and jump to ServiceNow. ServiceNow, I would like to again mention, I'm a ServiceNow developer since 2013. It's a cloud platform as a service, no? Platform as a service. This means that, you know, there are existing apps. It's actually an application platform as a service, if I may correct myself, no? Kasi hybrid siya in a sense. So ServiceNow, meron na siyang applications kapag binili siya yung license. Let's say binili ng kapatid ko na may-ari ng company. Kunwari lang. And what he'll get is definitely a set of applications, let's say IT service management applications, and the platform itself, wherein he can develop, no, his own or their own applications within ServiceNow. And of course, it varies, no, kasi may mga licensing pa yan, ilan yung number of users, or how many users will be using the system. So may mga variables pa rin naman yan. But the point is, it's an application and platform as a service in hybrid, or technically, right? And Fred Luddy, no? You can Google Fred Luddy, no? He's the ServiceNow founder. And he envisioned that there's no better experience than giving someone a piece of technology that lets them do something they never thought they could do. It's just the same feeling that I had, no? Nung inaral ko si cloud, and then specifically ServiceNow, I was really amazed, no? And overwhelmed at the same time. Kasi, wow, overwhelming sa dami ng features, overwhelming sa pwede na you know, to the possibilities that I can do, no? With the platform. And yeah, I could do a lot of things with that. ServiceNow, kung isipin mo, okay, Kel, it's a cloud platform. I can develop apps, but gaano ba? What's the limit actually? No, maybe games. I can do games in ServiceNow, but I can fly drones using ServiceNow. I can create an app to fly drones, and I can create an app to mix cocktails, no? Automatically. May robot using Arduino, using ServiceNow. ServiceNow is cloud again, no? Just to be aligned. So those are the things, no? Just an example. And I can do AI, no? I can translate, do translation, no? Let's say from English to Japanese, and Japanese to, you know, English again, and to German. So part of another feature of ServiceNow, another feature of cloud ServiceNow, I may say. And that's basically it. This is the ServiceNow story. And ServiceNow started siguro mga 2010, before 2010, as a cloud IT service management platform. So really more on catering tickets. Kaya nga ang nagiging perception ng mga tao when they hear about ServiceNow, they think about ServiceNow as a ticketing tool, which is not. Hindi lang siya ticketing tool, no? Hindi lang siya pang tickets, hindi lang siya pang reklamo, pang incidents, right? Hindi lang siya pang track ng mga issues, hindi lang siya pang request ng mga dapat gawin in the office, in the IT department, right? But it's really more of, well, ServiceNow became an enterprise service management platform. When we say enterprise, it's not just ITSM, but you can automate your human resource department through human resource service delivery on ServiceNow. Meron palang ganyan, Kel. Yes, meron. Meron ding IT business management si ServiceNow na mga applications readily available for the organization to use. I-implement na lang natin. And we can create apps on top of that, or we can customize those apps. No? But customization is really, not recommended unless there's really a need to customize the existing apps. No? IT business management. When we say IT business management, we're talking about agile development. No? Anong ginagamit nyo? Yung mga current software engineers dito, no? And in school, what methodology are we teaching our students? No, we need to be wary about it. No, are we teaching them waterfall method? Siyempre, yung pinaka-fundamental, right? What the waterfall? Are we teaching them Scrum, Agile Scrum? In Accenture, we can use everything, but mostly we're using Agile, we're using Scrum in Accenture, particularly in ServiceNow implementation. We have what we call Accenture ServiceNow implementation methodology, but it's really agile in a sense, But since we're talking about ITBM, IT business management, isa yun, agile development, DevOps, rings a bell para sa inyo, no? Development operations, no? End-to-end yan. We can also automate for organization their financial management, no? The contract management, lahat na ng klase ng management na maisip nyo. Using cloud, using ServiceNow can be automated. We can implement it. In Accenture Manila, we implement it for our clients. So imagine the value proposition that we're providing to our clients. Imagine yung balik. Imagine yung the happiness of the clients. So once we implement, we automate all of those things for them. And everything is being done in the cloud. Imagine, everything is being done in the cloud. Everything is being done by just using your browser, right? By just using your laptop and having it be a stable connectivity, internet connectivity. That's it, right? And yeah, what is ServiceNow? You can search about ServiceNow. Definitely, when I learned about ServiceNow, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Definitely, yan yung learning curve ko eh. Ano ba yung learning curve dito, mga students, mga professors, or ano ba yung learning practice? And what works for you? What works for me is definitely videos. I love watching videos. I love watching YouTube videos. So doon ako basta tututo. But what is ServiceNow? Again, it's an enterprise service management. It's an application and platform as a service technology. Contains a number of applications. Later on, visitayin natin si ServiceNow. So to see what it looks like, no. And it can vary by instance and user, and we automate things using ServiceNow. So automate, we build, we create, we deploy, we implement anything or everything under the sun. Believe me, literal, in this cloud platform that I'm saying, or that Accenture is employing to our clients, right? And basically, here's the cloud infrastructure for ServiceNow. We have one single source system of records, and a lot of departments are already basically taking advantage of it. No, we have service providers, definitely operations. No, lalo na yung mga nasa IT department or IT operations, the financing, the marketing, sales, customer service, legal, and facilities, human resources. We have discussed this already, right? And in a ServiceNow instance, it's basically just a URL. Later on, we'll visit it. So okay, mag-alala. Like ano po sinasabi ni Kel, hindi ko ma-imagine. Later on, I'll show a bit of an overview what ServiceNow looks like. And create tayo ng very simple app lang. Maybe create tayo ng table, create tayo ng konting fields, and then yun na yun. I'll let your imagination grow. And yun yung challenge ko for everyone, no? To learn cloud development, to learn cloud technology. And why to realize and appreciate why Accenture is pushing for that kind of technology, no, for our clients, and why Accenture is building the capability in terms of cloud. No? Bakit nga ba? So I want you to feel what we are feeling, what Accenture is feeling right now, di ba? And previously pa, no? And in the coming years. No? And yeah, ServiceNow Cloud is built on advanced multi-instance single-tenant architecture. So kita nyo, tenant 1, tenant 2, tenant 3. Whenever an instance is down or a tenant is down, it won't be down definitely, literally, kasi it will just be you will be redirected to another server in another part of the world, in another region. So may fallback, no? That's the beauty of cloud, eh. Beauty rin naman, no? #beauty. Lagi yung nasa wordings ko, nasa utak ko ngayong araw na to. But yeah, there's minimal downtime, no? There's minimal to zero downtime whenever you use cloud. Compare it to an on-prem system or setup. When we say on-prem, yung may sariling server si org, may sariling server si company or si school. Since puro ano pala tayo dito, is school people, no? So let's say si server ng isang school, doon naka-host yung enrollment system. Nandun lahat ng mga tuition fee ng mga estudyante, etc. nag-down, no? Best case, merong backup, no? Maybe on another branch, definitely that's the best practice, right? Hindi mo pwedeng pagsamahin yan, yung backup mo na server sa isang lugar lang and your primary server or system of servers. Kasi kunwari, pag lumindol, edi parehas. Parehas na nalindulan at wala nang backup at all. So the best practice, as much as possible, no, if the budget permits, definitely on an on-prem setup, yung backup mo dapat nasa ibang lugar. But that's not a problem with cloud, right? Having or being, subscribed or utilizing a cloud infrastructure or technology or a platform, that's not going to be a problem anymore. And as I mentioned, there's minimal to zero downtime at all. And minsan may notification ka pa. Malalaman na kagad nila kung magkaka-downtime, eh. It can be predicted as well. We have what we call intelligent operations, no? And we can predict, issues that may occur and may happen, in the future. Minsan may schedule pa nga, eh. Maaari, probably there might be an issue that we will encounter on the specific date and time. So we need to be ready. And of course, that's different from scheduled maintenance, right? So ganun yung cloud. That's how #beautiful cloud is, right? And here are the benefits, of teka lang, ayan. Benefits of multi-instance software stack or basically cloud. Whenever you develop, right, you have your developer dev instance, testing instance or server, and then the production instance. Production is basically hindi dapat yan magalaw, di ba? Kailangan iwahiwalay yan, eh. In terms of cloud, in terms of ServiceNow, those are independently called instances. So you have your development instances. Sometimes you have, or we of course recommend to have a stage or testing instance and a production instance. So what happens here is you do all the development work in the development instance, right? So lahat, doon ka nagko-code, doon ka nagde-develop, right? And syempre, mas maganda, meron kang sariling test instance. Si organization, si company may sariling test instance. Then you will transfer all of the coding, all of the update sets, all of the development work that you do in the testing instance before you move it to production. In that case, you are sure, you're really quite sure, or you're really sure that what's going into the production instance bago pa gamitin ni end user yan, bago pa gamitin ng mga customers natin, ay maayos at tested. No? So whenever we encounter an issue sa testing instance, sa gitna, no? Wala kasi dito. Yan, nakita nyo data exchange. No? So we can exchange data from instance. That's the benefit again of cloud. We can exchange data between instances. No? Hindi mo na kailangan manually gawin yun. It's just in a click of a button, you can, move your code, development work, everything that you're doing. If you're creating, let's say, an enrollment system in the cloud, in just a click of a button, from the development instance, pupunta na yan sa test instance. And your testers needs to be ready kasi, hey, as a test instance, do UAT or do any type of testing that's in the plan, that's in the testing plan, right? And it all falls into into the right places. That's the time that we can deploy already in the production. And deploying is as easy as clicking as clicking a button as well. Just clicking, just move to production. So something like that. I'm just saying an example, no? But that's how easy it is, no? And that's one of the benefits, no, of a multi-instance software stack in a cloud setup like this in ServiceNow. And you can do upgrades, no? If there are upgrades, let's say ServiceNow release. Oh, eto may bagong upgrade, may security patch. Katulad ng mga sa laptop ninyo, katulad ng mga cellphone ninyo, di ba? May mga upgrades yan, may mga patches yan na binibigay let's say, si Google, si iOS, si Apple, right? It's the same thing with our cloud platforms and applications. They need to be patched kasi they need to be upgraded with, the latest security patch. If there are fixes or hot fixes that needs to be implemented, then we do it via patches. And we do it via upgrades as well if they're going to introduce new features in the product. So the beauty of it, #beauty of it, of this setup, as you can see on the screen, development. We can, hindi lahat yan automatically ma-upgrade. You can still test the upgrade that's going to happen in your organization, in your ServiceNow instance, in your cloud platform as a service, no? So development muna i-upgrade natin, test natin. Kapag okay, punta na tayo sa test, update ulit natin yung test. Oops, may issue, balik ulit tayo sa dev instance. No? I-test natin ulit, i-resolve natin. Kapag may mga bagay na hindi ma-resolve, we report it to ServiceNow or to the cloud service provider. May ganon, no? Service provider ng cloud. Diba? And they fix it for us before we upgrade the production. Nakita nyo, sobrang ano ba yung tamang term with the production? It's well protected. I would say well protected. No? Hands off kayo, tayong lahat sa production environment instance. No? Kasi yun yung nakikita ni user. Anything that we do in the production instance, no? And again, Accenture is really strict about this. No? Needs to undergo change management. When we say change management, before ka gumalaw sa production instant, it needs proper approval. Kahit button lang yan. Kahit palitan mo yung color, let's say, ng website sa production, in a production environment na, kahit kulay lang yan, kahit font lang yan. You can't change it directly. You cannot. We need to undergo a change management. It applies kahit sa cloud, diba? Cloud development really applies. Lalo na, no? Kasi andali, by just a click of a button, bigla na lang mapupunta yung changes mo dun sa production eh. And we need to ensure we have proper approvals, no? And it's just, you know, I would like to emphasize it for everyone, no? Lalo na yung mga graduating students here, that you need to be wary, no, of everything that you do. If you can practice right now, no, naihiwalay yung kung pwede nga lang, no, kung may budget nga lang, may laptop ka for development or PC, may laptop or PC ka for testing, may laptop or PC ka for production. So para na po practice mo na yun, no? And it's it's going to be difficult, but you know, it's possible. Maybe through virtual machines and you know, a lot of tricks that we can do within one laptop, no, within one operating system. That's possible naman, no? I'm just exaggerating things, but really, I just really want to emphasize the importance of change management, no, in this one, no, aside from the benefits, right? All right, what is a ServiceNow instance? Well, na-discuss na natin to, so let's skip this one, no. Right. Yeah, these are the versions of ServiceNow specifically. So again, ServiceNow is a type of a cloud platform as a service. So for those who just joined the call, welcome and good evening sa inyo. So we're talking about cloud technology and why cloud is being promoted by Accenture in many of our capability building strategies and clients, no, across the world. So one of which is ServiceNow. Isang example lang si ServiceNow. Marami si Accenture na cloud technologies na ginagamit, no? From infra to PaaS to SaaS, no? Yun nga, may Salesforce tayo, meron tayong mga people who does Amazon Web Services, you know, Azure development as well in Microsoft, and ServiceNow is just one of them. So going back to our discussion here are the different features, no? Summer 2008, wala pa masyadong pangalan, hanggang naging city names na siya. No? Eureka, Fuji, Geneva, Jakarta, and I was broken-hearted nung yung M release, hindi Manila, naging Madrid. Sabi ko, bakit ServiceNow? Manila naman dyan, no? So Madrid yung name nila last March 2019. Hindi have New York, Orlando, Paris, no, as the current releases. And now, parang Android ano lang yan, di ba? Yung mga desserts, no? And now, we're currently on Quebec. Who knows where Quebec is? No? Canada ba? Right. So the latest version is Quebec. You know? And in ServiceNow, we use Now Platform. Is again, Now Platform is basically the fundamental or train driving technology, no, on how the ServiceNow works as a whole. No? From security, the intelligent applications, customer service, IT, human resources, and then there are underlying Now Platform applications. No? So I mentioned that already. We have, you know, predictive intelligence, we have translation, we have workflows, we have portals. You can create portals in ServiceNow in the cloud. You can create your own website, kumbaga, in simple terms for everyone to really grasp, no, understand. You can automate systems, no, using Now Platform. Well, Now Platform yung pinakatawag sa kanya. And these are the interfaces. So, Kel, may question ako. Saan ko magagamit sa ServiceNow? Saan ako pwede mag-develop using ServiceNow? And there are different interfaces. As you can see on the screen, we have the Now Platform user interface. That's a classic one, the traditional one, using your web browser, right? And we have the ServiceNow Classic mobile app and the ServiceNow agent, which is the latest mobile agent, no? You can download it in Play Store or your Apple Store, no? And we have the service portal wherein, again, this is highly customizable portal that we can implement for our customers. We can build actually a new service portal for a client, no? Ang gamit pala natin, by the way, in ServiceNow is just classic JavaScript. Naku, mukhang may nagulat sa inyo. Ay, classic JavaScript lang, Kel. As in, the traditional JavaScript, as in var x is equals to 1, di ba? Ganon. And the usual, di ba? The fundamentals of scripting, programming in JavaScript, that's what we use in ServiceNow development. And actually, nowadays in cloud development, we don't really have to code na talaga unless we are required or we are trying to resolve a really complex problem, a complex issue. No? Kasi nga, what we are employing right now, what we are promoting, or actually not just Accenture, but almost all of the cloud platform or the cloud service providers right now, it's really low code to no code. Diba? Low code to no code na talaga. Like, you just have to configure something and then that's it. Ito yung classic na sinasabi, ay, drag and drop lang yan. Nagkakatotoo na ngayon. Drag and drop lang yan, no? Madali na yan. So it's just a matter of logic, no? Putting up your logic to solve a business case. But don't get me wrong, no? We still need to learn, no? Especially in service now, maybe in Salesforce as well. Still to learn the scripting languages, no? Pa rin. And as I mentioned, JavaScript. Kasi there will come a requirement wherein you need to solve a particular issue using JavaScript, using ServiceNow API. ServiceNow API uses JavaScript, or utilizes JavaScript. And if you are going to work on a service portal or a portal for a client, then you need to learn as well Angular JS, kahit the basics lang. Not the complicated, high level Angular JS, but that's how easy it is. Again, I would like to emphasize that's how easy it is, to develop in a cloud platform like ServiceNow. And yeah, there are docs and communities. I would like to share my screen. I would like to share what ServiceNow looks like. And all of you can definitely learn by visiting developer.servicenow.com. Again, that's developer.servicenow.com. Third time, developer.servicenow.com. And under Learn, this is a menu section, and these are the menu items, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You can click the learning plans, and just for everyone's reference. And under the learning plans, you can basically you can directly go to New to ServiceNow, and you will learn how to navigate, create applications. Yan yung mga gusto nyo eh. Uy, may create applications using ServiceNow, and it's free. The good thing is that this is free. These are all free. Walang bayad, guys. Students, professors, professionals that are in this webinar or in this event, everything that you see here are free. And then my recommendation is after you finish ServiceNow, the New to ServiceNow module, you go ahead to being an admin. O admin naman tayo. And last but not the least, be an application developer. So, bisitahin nga natin learning plan. Ayan. Ganito yung laman niya. Ganito lang yung makikita nyo, guys. And the modules, yan. Actually, clinic ko na pala. So, may percentage for each module. Tapos yung Code Academy and other learning sites, diba? And there are guides, and there are activities and exercises as well that you can use. But yeah, that's my recommendation. Go ahead, click the Learn menu section, and then Learning Paths, Plans menu item, and definitely just go ahead and go and learn ServiceNow. And paano nga pala yun, Kel? Do I get a ServiceNow instance ba? Yes, you can get a ServiceNow developer instance for free. Ano ba itsura ng developer? Ano ba itsura ng ServiceNow? Kanina ka pa ServiceNow, Kel. Ano yung itsura niya? Ito siya. Nakita nyo. This is the instance or my developer instance. It's the same instance that will be provided to you, if you request for an instance. So in the developer.servicenow.com, you can request for an instance. So it should be, it should be a link somewhere here, but I already requested na kasi. But if you visit developer.servicenow.com, you can request for an instance, definitely. And select the latest version, which is Quebec. Quebec na yung piliin nyo, no? And you will be provided with this, with the ServiceNow instance. Again, everyone who's in this call, this can be quite overwhelming, right? If you don't know how to navigate, right? So, yun nga, may recommendation, balik tayo dito, talagang i-emphasize ko to, learn new to ServiceNow. Go through the new to ServiceNow module and you're good to go. No? Unti-untiin nyo na. But this is how ServiceNow looks like. Ito siya, these are called applications and underneath are called modules. No? So let's say, for example, incident management. If I type in something, I can type in, the application name. I can create new records. These are out of the box. Kaya nga nasabi siya na application na sa service. No? Meron na pala kill eh. Yan na nga. This is what we're talking about. Meron na kagad siya in this cloud ServiceNow platform. Meron na kagad siya na ticketing system or the incident management. And you can just use it right away. You just have to configure some values here definitely. No? Like an example would be the caller. Imagine natin na ako yung service desk agent. Ay, sino po yung tumawag? Si Abel pala. Si Abel Shooter. No? So, nag-a-ask lang siya ng help. So, kumari nasa call center. No? Yan. About internal application. So, mabagal daw. So, let's say internal application. Hindi na natin palang pangalanan yan. Is slow. So description, kunwari may nilagay tayong description, and we can already, contact type, syempre tumawag nga eh. So phone, and new, yung state niya, etc. We can submit, and it will be on the queue already na pwedeng i-pick up ng mga service desk or mga technician. So imagine yung flow, the rest of the flow. No? So these are already out of the box applications, but yeah, you can just go click and click the button. Here's your profile, by the way. You can just click this particular area here, and once you click, there's a drop down. You can visit your own profile. You can change your password. Fill up the forms here. Definitely, what they call this, change views. No, depende kasi kung ano yung what they call this, permissions mo in the system. In the system, by default, admin tayo. Kasi yun yung, hindi naman tayo matututo kung restricted lang yung access na binigay sa atin in this developer instance. So, default view, yan, makita na natin lahat ng fields, no? Etc. And then you can impersonate someone. So, impersonate someone in the system. Let's say, may isang developer, or maybe another user or an end user in the system. So I want to test something. So ito yung parang whenever you do projects, di ba, in college, yun yung magla-logout ka pa, and then papakita natin sa mga professors natin na ito, magla-login na po si gantong user with this role, with this type of permissions, limited permissions lang. Ito hindi na. In this cloud technology or in this cloud platform, you can just type in whoever you want. Just because I have admin access, I can impersonate. Pwede kong makuha yung properties, permissions ng ibang tao in the system. So an example would be James. Meron bang James dito? Ayan, si James Smith. Kunwari, magkipresent ako, ma'am, sir, si James Smith na yung user. So hindi siya admin sa system. So dapat mag-iba yung behavior nung ginawa ko na program. So makita nyo, kumonti ngayon yung application sa nakikita niya kasi hindi naman siya admin eh. So that's the beauty of impersonation. No? So we can end the impersonation para bumalik tayo dun sa original na account. No? But there's really more onto this. The point is there are existing applications already that the customers can use and you can customize them all. So the next question would be, sabi mo, pwede mag-create ng app dyan, Kel. Diba? Sabi mo, pwede tayo mag-build ng apps dyan. Yes, you can create using App Engine Studio. Yan. You can type it in, actually, yan, App Engine Studio. Pwedeng Studio lang, that's the older form. No? But App Engine Studio looks like this. Para siyang may IDE, really to create, to build apps no, in the cloud. Ayan, medyo nagbabagal lang. So how do you want to get started? You will be asked if you want to add an experience, a user experience, you want to automate something using a flow. There are templates as well. Ayan, emergency alert template, performance reviews, etc. You'll have your own app, set of apps that you have developed as well. And you can, basically create app. No? But this is something that I would like everyone to explore. No? Maybe on your free time, maybe after this. Diba? But going back, that's one of the new features. No? But there's also a studio, a more direct here's the module that I'm talking about. No? The older version of App Engine Studio. No? So you can create apps here as well. You can see you can also integrate it into your GitHub, upload your work to GitHub as well, import, etc. So if you create an application, it's going to be the same thing as creating an app here in App Engine Studio. No? So, well, I'll leave this new one for everyone to explore. Let's do a quick app using the studio, the older version. No? So let's create an enroll, let's say, what do you call this? A COVID-19, let's say, tracking app. And it's in advanced settings, you are asked if it's scope or global. So when you say global, all the variables that will be declared, let's say, ibahin na lang natin. Pasig COVID track. Vaccine na pala tayo, hindi na tayo nag-track ng vaccination system or vaccine system, something like that. So, vaccination system. Nag-ano lang ako mag-type. No? But if it's scope, meaning all of the variables that you will declare in this application cannot be easily accessed or cannot be accessed at all unless you give permission to other applications. No? So kung nag-declare ka ng variable with this value, other applications can't really access it unless you give permission. For global, it's basically a free type or free form type of application wherein all the variables that you will create will be accessible, or all the what they call this objects, elements will be accessible globally. So create tayo ng global one. So roles, definitely admin. Sino yung pwedeng mag-create or gumamit no ng app na yan? We can create roles for this app as well. Ito yung permissions, ito yung security. So just continue. So do you want it to mobile? Do you want the experience to be on mobile, or which format do you want to use for this app? Mobile or classic? Eventually, we can create it. We can actually translate it to or convert it into a mobile app or into a mobile experience. But sometimes whenever I choose classic, it automatically translate or converts into a mobile view na. So we just need to configure some things, no. But for now, let's just do classic, no. So you can do data tables, no. Let's say if you can search for existing tables, or you can create a new table. So let's say we can upload, di ba? Napakadali. So you can create your table in a spreadsheet and then upload it, or you can create, a table from scratch using your browser, or extend the table. When we say extend the table, we can utilize properties or fields from existing tables in the system already. Pwede na natin gamitin yun. But since we're creating a new app, no? Gagawa tayo ng new app. Bakit mo kailangan diba? So create a table from scratch. Pero again pwede upload spreadsheet, pwede pa yan. No? So yan, data, add new field. Siyempre, add tayo ng field. Ano ba yung mga nasa vaccine? Schedule. Name. Full name na tayo. Tinamad na no? Kasi di ba first name, surname, di ba mas madali nga? Hindi. Sige na nga. For best practice, surname. Best practice tayo. Ito yung mga field types, definitely. Meron na tayo mga field types dito. You can string, syempre, definitely. You can upgrade the character limit. So it's 40 as of the moment, and we can have the first name. Huwag natin lagyan ng middle name for the benefit of the time, no, ng ating oras. And then, of course, schedule ng vaccination. Nation schedule. So, hindi na ako tinamad na i-type yung vaccination, ha? So, meron dito date. Date and time. Siyempre, kailangan may time yan. Vaccine type. So, maybe Sinovac or AstraZeneca and all of those things. So, pwede siya na choice. Drop down without none. Oops, with none. Or something like that. Or pwede siyang string na rin. Baka kasi mag-iba-iba. But that's it, no? Let's teka lang. Hindi natin makita yung yan. Continue. So we'll create the table already. Make extensible, auto number. Kapag create tayo ng record, definitely yun na yung magiging number niya, yung record na yun. So let's say may nag-apply or may nag-register for a COVID vaccination, definitely passing COVID. 100, 7 digits, up to 7 digits, yung magiging tracking niya. Automatic na. So that's how auto number works. No? So passing COVID vaccine. So haba ng table name. No? So you can manage the access as well. Admin lang kapag pwedeng mag-create, read and write, delete on this table. Let's create the table. So super quick na lang. Malapit na tayo. 803. So let's fully utilize the time that we have. And I hope you're learning something, no? And again, balik tayo sa learning plan. Bisitahin nyo na yung learning plan if you want to learn ServiceNow development or cloud development. No? And I would also like to promote other technologies that we are handling or managing, like Salesforce, no? SAP as well, di ba? Workday, yan, mga Accenture technologies yan. Continue, yep. And continue creating the table. And then we're done with the tables, and then we can start building the classic app. We have everything that we need. So description, sige, skip na natin for the benefit of the time. So we're done with the apps, and then we're done with everything. So we can actually build our passive vaccination system from scratch. So you can see all the access controls here. It's easy as, you know, you can view the table that you created. So ito yung table niya. You can add additional columns here or fields. No, if you think na, kailangan ng middle name, kailangan ng address, definitely. Siyempre, yung mga relevant information. Hindi na natin nalagay kasi kulang tayo sa oras. But imagine, nalagay na natin lahat. And the beauty of, you know, working with a platform like this, yung mga ibang fields dito, as you can see, no, created. This ID is a globally unique number, no, that ServiceNow is assigning to records that are being created in the system. So madali yung auditing and tracking. No? Updates, who updated the record, etc. Automatic na fields na yan, out of the box. Hindi mo na kailangan gawin. So automatically binigay na sa atin. And these are the data model. These are your access control, who can create, who can delete, who can read records, who can write records in your system. So lahat ng yan, it can be managed, it can be modifiable, configurable in ServiceNow in this platform. And you have the application menus. No? So ito yung nakikita mo sa gilid. No? So you have the application menus, you have the all records, create new, passive vaccine. So actually pwede na siya eh. Sa totoo lang. Paano pwede na siya, Kel? Pwede na ako mag-create ng record. No? And eventually I can do reports na. So balik tayo. Balik tayo ngayon sa home natin. No? So by just clicking this, ServiceNow, itong logo na to, Yan. And then I type in passing. Oops. Kaya naka... Ika natin. So, dagdagan pala natin ng mga modules muna dito. So, applications are the ones that are on top. This one. So, those are that are highlighted. Modules, when we say modules in ServiceNow, those are underneath. No? So, these are, in terms, so in simple terms, this is the benchmarks application, and these are the modules underneath. Dashboard, administration section, and then the module setup and category. So this is the process automation application, and these are the modules underneath as well. No? So yan. Yan. Ayan, lumabas na. So, huwag na tayo mag-create kasi check ko yung time, no? But as you can see, okay, we are in the homepage of ServiceNow. So, we've created a quick app. Table lang create natin and a couple of automated fields, and the modules are automated as well, which you can edit eventually, apparently. So, I type in the passive COVID vaccine system. I can create a new record. No? Diba? Auto number, PCVD 001001. So that's the number. So I'm going to register, or maybe I'm an admin, no? Medyo hindi pa kasi maayos yung proseso natin. Eh. This is just an ad hoc app. No? So Michael, John, Esteban. So we haven't really configured the vaccine type, so we need to input some choices here. And the vaccination schedule would be definitely the time and date. So an admin can do this definitely, or technically process-wise, diba? So when we submit this for testing purposes, as a dev instance naman tayo, you can visit the all modules app or modules na link, and you will be presented with all the COVID vaccine schedules that are inputted in the system. So imagine there are thousands here. You can easily create a bar chart, pie chart, or a report, no, with the vaccination records that are in the system. So I hit, as you can see in the screen, I immediately created the report, and I can easily print it. Save it. Isa pa lang yung record natin. Kaya isang malaking blue pa lang yan. Right? But I can run, I can save it, I can convert it into a PDF, etc. I can add it to a dashboard, and all the beautiful things, #beautiful things that you can do on this record system, on this tracking system. Imagine, you can send SMS notifications as well. You can send emails to certain individuals. Pwede natin sendan si Vico Soto, diba, ng report every week from the data that we are going to gather here in this passive COVID vaccination app or system. And a lot of things, no? Maybe we can apply artificial intelligence here, no? How do we apply artificial intelligence here? Maybe we can predict the person's choice for vaccine. Yung ayaw neto ng Sinovac based sa historical data or based sa social media crawling na ginawa natin. Lahat ng post niya ayaw niya sa Sinovac. So something na ganon. So maybe we can implement something like that. But again, just to wrap up things, that's the beauty of ServiceNow. That's the beauty of cloud computing, and that's why one of the many reasons why Accenture is pushing for capability development of our cloud resources, the cloud technologies that we are using. ServiceNow is just one of them. Again, ServiceNow is just one of them. No? And if you want to learn more about ServiceNow, just visit developer.servicenow.com, and we have certifications as well. I'm certified. I got certified. I acquired my certification through nowlearning.service-now.com, or you can type in nowlearning.service kahit wala ng dash.com. And there are learning plans here. You can get your certifications. There are certifications here that are for free, no? And as you know, in the IT industry, wala naman tayo talagang license like engineers, no? Minsan ito yung panlaban natin. But I highly believe experience pa rin would definitely be the best bala. Di ba? Experience is the best teacher pa rin. But definitely certifications are really welcome, no? Definitely if you're applying for work, if you're applying for a new project, if you're within Accenture now or within an organization now, definitely certifications are really of use talaga, and you will benefit from it. And to end everything, I would like to thank everyone for your time, and I hope you learned something about cloud technology, the cases that I presented earlier, a bit of how cloud development works, no? Patikim pa lang, no? Tip of the iceberg. Gusto ko lang makita nyo talaga yung tip of the iceberg, eh, for you to get engaged, no? To be interested, like, uy, ano ba yung ginawa ni Ken? Baka meron pa akong, baka meron pang iba na really interesting. Definitely, I would say there are many areas for you to learn pa, no? And that's kind of, ako excited for everyone na gustong matuto about cloud technology, maybe mix it up with artificial intelligence, RPA, robotics, yan, halo-halo na, no? Virtual reality, augmented reality. But again, cloud, it's there. Sabi nga sa napanood ko sa Netflix, no? Yung Sisyphus ba yun? Korean drama yun eh. The future is already here. Diba? Yeah, the future is already here, and I believe it's already here, no? And we just need to make fully utilize. We just need to fully utilize our strengths or capabilities, and we just need to build technology for good. Lagi, no? We just need to think of things or how to make our lives better. So again, hashtag technology for good, hashtag beautiful. Kasi yan yung lagi natin yung hashtag. So that's it for my talk, and thank you everyone for listening.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Kel. So it was a very valuable session now regarding cloud. So Sir Kel was able to mention about different cases sa cloud and even different implementations that they did. And also, we were able to learn how to use the ServiceNow. So, hindi lang nga siya talk. He was even able to show us how to create a simple app on vaccination. So, as you can see, you have a preview already on how to use it. Circle question pala, is ServiceNow free? Like for students?
For students, yes. Again, you just have to go to developer.servicenow.com.
Okay,
there's a link there. Request for an instance, and they will get what I've shown, yung pinakita ko. They will get exactly the same instance. So they can play around. Pwede sila mag-delete ng tables.
Okay.
Create tables as well. Yeah.
Sige, so that's for students. Pero the same with professionals. Let's say you're a professional right now who wants to explore other technologies. It's also free for professionals.
Yes, that's exactly. Okay. That's what we use actually in Accenture. We have a bootcamp, no, a training ground, I would say, for people who wants to be ServiceNow professionals. So we provide as well the same site that we have provided to everyone here, developer.servicenow.com. It's free for professionals, professors, even maybe your pinsans, no, who loves technology. May mom actually, sabi ko, mom, baka gusto mo mag-aral ng ServiceNow. So, cloud technology, I'll just give the link, no? Developer.servicenow.com.
All right. So, everyone, it's developer.servicecloud. Tama ba?
ServiceNow.
ServiceNow. So, developer.servicenow.com. So, if anyone is interested to try it out, you can go there. Sir Cal, we have 2 questions na lang para sa just to be mindful of the time. We have 1 question though from Sir Rolando, Austria. So what can you say about the cons of ServiceNow? As quoted, quote unquote, new users need to be oriented on how to navigate through this tool because it is quite confusing and intimidating to users at first. Ayan po, ano po yung cons?
Well, the cons would be really on, it's not really cons, but it's really more on the developers. Kasi remember when we discussed about permissions, if you're an admin using ServiceNow, ang dami mo makikita. But hindi ko pala napakita kasi yung if you're an end user, if you're a user of the application, definitely what will be shown in the screen are the things that you would only use. Like maybe yung passive COVID vaccination system. Hindi mo na makikita yung mga nitty-gritty details of other things that will make our users confused. No? I think that's the case. No? Hindi ko lang napakita yung very minimal view ni ServiceNow or end user view kasi we're talking about, of course, definitely user experience pa rin naman at the end of the day. So there's portal, there's mobile. As you remember, there's a mobile view as well of ServiceNow that the end users can pass on or can navigate to. That prevents them from being confused kasi rekta na sila sa applications that they need to use lang. So maybe on the overwhelming part that I mentioned, it's really more on the admin side kasi dami mo agad makikita di ba? Pag pumasok ka dami mo na agad makikita. But it's just a learning. It's just a matter of learning, or familiarizing yourself with the tool. And personally, in terms of navigating, siguro 1 week lang, and I already got used to it.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Kel. And then one last question na lang, Sir Kel. The main problems cloud computing faces are preserving confidentiality and integrity of data in aiding data security. So this is part of your earlier talk, Sir Kel, no? Can you suggest a primary solution to these concerns that is proven and tested, and of course, that is really secured?
Well, it's really subjective, no, depending on the platform that we are using. Lalo na yung mga sketchy ones. But ServiceNow, big huge platforms, no, lalo na yung mga with the likes of ServiceNow, with the likes of SAP, Microsoft as well. In terms of privacy, it's an ongoing talk pa rin up until now. It's an issue. It's a never-ending talk. Security, privacy, even yung kahit yung mga malalaking na systems, Sony, di ba? May mga breaches pa rin. I couldn't really comment on how what's going to be in terms of recommending, no, what's our really solution. Kasi yung tanong about solution, it's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing brainstorming. I suppose, no, to get into a solution for people. For the technology as well, and for people na yung maging default na connotation nila kapag cloud ang sinabi ay secure na agad. Yun yung isa sa yun yung isa sa mga challenging when we propose something, it's always a challenge for us to convince, no, our clients that hey, this is secure. You don't worry about your data. So there are particular clients, no, like in the Europe, we have GDPR, mga policies, no, mga government policies that definitely protects the clients, no, even us, no, mga developers, even lahat ng mga users, type of users, from data privacy, mga data breaches and all. So it's a combination of things, no, technology, government policies, GDPR nga in a sense. Sa Philippines, meron tayong law. Already in terms of data privacy, you just have to I just have to reference it, no? Pero we as IT professionals, we need to be aware of existing laws and policies about data protection and privacy, no. That's my recommendation for everyone. But again, just to answer, I don't really have an answer on the solution, but it's really more of informing ourselves of the different policies. It's really more of making us aware of the different security technologies, I guess, that we can employ to our systems whenever we are implementing it for a client, or implementing it for ourselves, organization natin. Make full use of all the security, things, no. And that's the importance as well of upgrading always, no. Your systems, no. Upgrading doesn't necessarily mean na possible na masira yung platform mo, especially in the cloud. So dapat ang laging default na maging perception ng customers, even as developers. When you upgrade something, you're fixing something and you're upgrading your security as well through patching and all of those things. So actually medyo mix up yung answer ko, but again, we need to be well informed of the policies on data protection, privacy, client data protection as well. We have what we call in Accenture CDP, client data protection. So we need to, fill up forms, no? Sign up forms, have an agreement with the customer, all of those processes just to ensure that we are not breaching things. And if just in case there's a breach that's going to happen, there's a protocol already in place. We just need to make sure that there's a protocol, there's a backup plan, there's plan A, B, C, D, E, kahit ilang plans yan, it needs to be planned out, it needs to be strategized really well. Kasi mahirap na eh. O lalo na, I would like to emphasize, no matter how good the technology is, there are evildoers out there. No, we can all, sometimes they will definitely hack their way out. No, pa rin. No matter how good the technology, how secure the technology is. So we need to protect ourselves through policies, through properly strategizing our security. Yeah.
Sige, thank you so much, Circle. To summarize Circle's answer now is really to be informed and have a protocol in place. Thank you so much again, Circle, for your time tonight and for sharing your experience and passion. Actually, we really felt that you're very passionate about technology by the way you explained things. So we really enjoyed that one. And I hope our audience was able to learn a lot from you. So there are actually more questions, Circle, sa chat. So if you have time, maybe you can respond to the people in the chat in the Facebook page. All right, now moving on. Again, thank you so much, Circle, for your time. And moving on to our next part of the program. Let me just share my screen. So, Circle is actually our main speaker. Now, to give us the closing message, we have our next speaker. She has started her career in human resource soon after she graduated college in 2005. A Lasallian since preparatory days, she has finished her degree in psychology and also earned a diploma in business overseas. She has acquired skills in recruitment, strategic sourcing, sales, and employer branding over the years. She is passionate in relating to people, event organizing, and project management. Everyone, help me welcome Ma'am Erica Lorraine Padua, Recruiting Manager of Accenture Philippines.
Hi, good evening. I hope everybody can hear me loud and clear.
Yep, loud and clear.
Perfect. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for the introduction. And yes, you can just call me X, or better yet, Erica. I'm very, very happy that we got invited, even just to close the program. But my peers earlier I know they were able to share bits and pieces about Accenture, about some business acumen that they are expert on, and just to close tonight. Thank you for inviting me, inviting the company again. So again, good evening. I hope everyone is comfortable, safe, and both physically and mentally healthy. And the time and age that we are in is something we all did not expect. Yet I know everyone in this forum is thriving, thriving to continue to do our BAUs or our business as usuals, and or operate as normal as we can. So thriving to be at our best, to perform at our optimal, most favorable selves. Okay, so I'm hesitant to say that the past year was difficult. Instead, I would like to change difficult to challenged. Yes, we were greatly challenged, and in fact, we are still experiencing such. But we have to look how far we have come, and how far we became stronger through this experience. Everyone here and you being here and representing your university or organization like I do tonight is already remarkable on its own. If that doesn't make you proud, I actually don't know what else, right? I learned we are represented by at least 10 schools, about 200, 300, 400 participants strong in this StackLeague. And being here alone is actually a testament that we all surpassed the challenging times. What you have accomplished so far in this league is not only bounded in this competition. You have acquired more than the recognition or perhaps the prize money that comes with it. You have to value what we have learned and more so the experience. So again, the process of learning is important than the outcome. You have to realize the limitless opportunities this experience paved out for you. And as the majority would say, it's only the beginning. Actually, the landscape that you are in right now, mind you, is very vast, okay, very huge. We are in a situation where technology is actually like a prized possession already. This field is fast growing and even fast changing. So hence, we all have to keep up with the tides and adapt to the situation or the transition. This is actually the main reason why I mentioned earlier that, we all have to take pride that we are all in here because you're part of this change and you are shaping the future. So over the weekend, I was scrolling the StackLeague FB page, and actually I came across a post in May. It says, great programmers are not born, they are built. Your tech savviness, creativity, ingenuity, analytical skills, plus more are helping you shape things, and I do hope you won't stop doing it. I hope you continue to be brilliant and be better each day. It may not be immediately perfect, or you may not be an expert instantly, okay? But that small progress, conscious step to be better, that's what's important. Hello? Sorry, I got disconnected, but I just wanted to check if I'm online.
Yes, X, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So I'm sorry about that. I was talking about technology and all, but I got disconnected for a